Alright, good morning YouTube. I'm Ryan, this is Cherezian Racing, and this is my buddy and Hillbilly Pit Crew Eric's truck that just got 10 gallons of 91 octane in. So it was $4.10 a gallon for basically just over 10 gallons, 10.4 gallons, and it cost me $44. A little bit pricey out here right now in California. But today is race day, guys. We're gonna hit the track. We're going to Stockton Dirt Track for the first time since last February of 2020. So we've been working real hard on this race car these last couple weeks in the shop. We just posted a video last night. You guys can go ahead and check that out. Basically what we did is we had to fix a transmission. We did a gear swap, obviously. We're having rear end issues. We're having a real problem with our right rear inner axle seal leaking real bad. I was running this style inner axle seal, which is a single lip style. And so we tried something else new. Like I said, go ahead and check that video out. If you guys have any recommendations on how to get this thing sealed up a little better, hopefully this is gonna work for us, but if it doesn't, kind of scratching my head here. So you guys leave me a comment if you guys have any recommendations on what to do there. But before we hit the track today, I gotta get this thing on the scales because this thing is just way too radical. It's got an unbalanced setup. So I'm gonna get this thing on the scales real quick. We did do a spring change on the right side of the car here, and I'm just gonna do an adjustment or two in the back and then see where we're at in the scales. This is the first time we're gonna have it on scales this year with the new setup with the rear end. We pretty much redid the entire rear end this off season. Located all the springs differently. We put a new rear end housing in it. We're finally doing a floater now, so that makes gear change a little bit easier. But I just want to talk to you guys real quick about my channel. Like I said in the couple of videos prior, we got 1,000 subscribers now, which is real cool, and I want to say thank you to you guys out there. But YouTube has come and asked me if I want to get monetized, and what that means is making money. And so I kind of thought long and hard about this, and I've come to the conclusion that I don't want to do it because, number one, I hate watching ads on YouTube. Can't stand it. When I'm watching somebody's channel and it gets totally bombarded with ads, you know, 4, 5, 6 ads, I just stop watching, guys. And I know that I don't want to put you guys through that because I don't like it. Number two, it seems like a lot of the channels out there, when these guys start making money, the channel changes. It seems like a lot of stuff is staged almost. They're just doing it for the views or whatever, and they're just trying to make money off it. And then obviously they're making a good amount of money on it because you can see the whole entire operation or whole entire racing operation change. You know, they start freaking getting all these new components, all these new new tires, new spring smashers. I mean, the list goes on. New cars. And so that's not who we are here. We're bent but not broken. I'm trying to give you guys the realest videos out there for the 90%ers like myself who do this stuff on their own in the shop, try to do as much as they possibly can on their own, and not have this, you know, have this dirt track thing get out of hand here with the cost and whatever. So to bring you guys the most real videos, I don't want to be getting paid on them. And so that's kind of my idea of why I don't want to do it. The real reason I started doing these videos is because I didn't grow up in a racing family or around friends that were into racing at all. So when I started doing the dirt track thing and just jumped into it blindly about 7 or 8 years ago now, people just thought it was something I did on Saturdays. They just thought, oh, you race on Saturdays, what are you doing this week? They had no clue of what kind of work goes into these cars each week. So that's what I was trying to do when I started making this channel, is just bring some awareness to people that I know of what all goes into this stuff. There are so many things that have to get done on this car each week, between stuff breaking, you trying to find speed because the car is not good enough, and then around here there's a lot of rough driving, guys. This is a bad country to be in for racing, dirt track racing, because everybody around this California Bay Area makes anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000 a year. So if they smash up their car or blow their motor up, oh yeah, just send it over to this guy, he'll fix it for me, here's 10 grand. You know, that's just their mentality around here. So it's not the way I do things around here. It's not the way I want to ever do things. I don't care if I was rich and I had buckets of money, I'd still want to be doing it this way on my own, because it's a whole lot sweeter when you win and you know that you did the car, you did the setup, you did the motor, or whatever you did on the car. It's a lot more satisfactory when it goes that way. And another reason I'm not gonna get monetized, because I don't want YouTube to tell me what songs I can and cannot listen to in the background. So I'm gonna keep on jamming, and without any further ado, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna get to work on this car, get this thing skilled up, and hit the track. See you guys in a little bit. All right, so I need a little assistance here with my toe settings.
Toe.
And she pointed to her toe. All right, we got this thing off the scales. Didn't look too good. We made a couple adjustments, but still not really liking the way it looks. We're gonna go check it out, see how it goes. About ready to hit the road. Got the whole crew in here. Here we go to Stockton. Twist it up. All right, so we made it to the track. There's not many cars tonight. There's only 8 in our class. So they did something weird, something I've never done before in my racing career, and that's doing 2 heat races. They're gonna take the first heat race, and they're gonna take points or something off of that. Then they're gonna invert the field for a second heat race, and then they're gonna take points off of that, and then the combined points of the 2 heat races are gonna determine where you start for the main. So something new. We're gonna give it a shot. There's not much more on the track. It's nice and sunny, not a cloud in the sky. A little warm. Starting to get a sunburn on this bald head of mine. So I think it's time to start figuring out some sunscreen situation. Got traction when I put the power down, which is good. All right, so here's our lineup for the heat race. Starting 6 out of 8 cars, and they're gonna invert it, and I'll start 3rd. So went out there for the hot laps real quick, and only turned maybe like 4 or 5 laps. Didn't give us a whole lot of time, but I was still a little timid with the car. Wasn't really sure what I was gonna be doing after we made all these adjustments on it, and it seems like it's better. It seems like it turns easier in, and it's a little bit looser in the center, which is kind of what I was looking for. But I just didn't get enough laps to really get a log and see what the car is gonna be like if I push a little harder. So we're gonna go see how it does in the heat race. Not gonna change anything, I don't think. Let's see how it goes. happened? Smoked the tire.
What happened?
I didn't even see it happen. I didn't see it until right now. I knew something was up. Huh? Is that loose? I don't know. Why is it, there's a dent in that shock. There's always been a dent in that shock. Okay. you saw it. Car was not happy, either heat race or really the main. There was no time in between. You can see that the sun's almost still up. We just finished our main, so I'll get a little more recap when I get home, get this thing on the trailer, and get out of here. All right, we might have not done too well on the track tonight. But we eating good. Got some burgers on the grill. About to throw on some dog stew. Oh yeah. So basically the story that we didn't tell at the track because we got freaking rushed for time. Thank you, my man. It was a freaking like a mad dog race out there. As soon as we got there, it was just like hot laps, heat race, main event. It was just like let's go, let's go, let's go. We got done by 7 o'clock. Yeah. So didn't get a whole lot of time to video out there, but basically we still had the same kind of problem we had last time. Car was way too tight, and I wasn't real comfortable with it at the first during hot laps and stuff, so I wasn't really driving it too hard. And then the heat race, it was way too tight in, and then obviously I was losing a lot of ground in the corners, so that's why I was falling back so hard. We tried to make some adjustments, but we just had no time to really get the car dialed in right. So we got finally a little bit of brake right before the main. We made some pretty hefty adjustments on the car, and it was better, but it still is way too tight. The balance is not there. We got to get this thing back on the scales a little more and get the balance on this car right so it'll actually turn mid-corner. That's our biggest problem. But I looked at some of the lap times towards the end of the race when I kind of started figuring out how to drive the car and crutch it, if you will, and it wasn't too far off from the leaders on their lap times towards the end of the race. So got some positives. The car is in one piece, which is great. You can do some tuning on it and get the body maybe going. It was running pretty good. No real issues with the car besides just being ill handling and stuff, but the motor ran good, making plenty of traction. What do you guys think?
You look good.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Don't BS me, Johnny.
All I know is that you came back with a paycheck.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
$300 for 4th place. That's
Yeah.
pretty hard to beat around here.
Yeah.
That is.
I'd say you are a wiener.
Yeah, no joke. If I would have won at Antioch tonight, which they had 3 cars by the way, I would have got $200. So I definitely like Stockton. It's not too far away, so we'll be back there for sure next time I have a race. Gonna get this thing back on the scales, and we didn't have a right rear axle seal leak for once, so don't have to clean off a bunch of oil and grease, which is cool. And hopefully get this body going sooner than later. But appreciate y'all watching.
Well, you're out of bush.
Out of bush, so we had to compromise a little bit.
Settle for Michelob or Ultra here.
No, Sierra Nevada. Okay, that's the beer. Okay,
That's the beer.
Dad won't go down that level.
None of this pea water. Okay.
I'm sure you guys can. Some of you guys can relate to him, and others can relate to us. So
Yeah.
skinny beer, whatever, it tastes good. And you can drink about 15 of them in a night and not
Yeah.
feel horrible. So
Well, you did look good tonight.
Yeah.
On the track, absolutely. I was watching you. I described everything that you relayed to me.
yeah, I know.
Saw what was going on.
Well,
and
And
was
came
good.
back in
You-
one piece.
yeah, one piece. Well, kind of. I mean, it's in a bunch of pieces, kind of put back together, but didn't get into anybody at all. Nobody got into me. It was clean racing. The track was pretty good. There was not really any big holes or anything out there. There's a little, couple ruts here and there, but nothing crazy. Just got to get the car tuned up a little better to go around that stuff and not slide the car in with the brakes and stuff to try to make the car turn. So gonna get this thing rolling. Got a race in 2 weeks at Antioch at our local track, so probably won't put the body on for that race because it's a little bull ring, and I'm assuming there'll be quite a bit of cars there. So see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'm definitely the white meat.
But they really
Check this
got
out.
good protein.
What do you call this table right here?
My formal dining room table. Yeah, this is our dining
'Cause I see a keg and I see a cutting board. Is that a cutting board? Or that's a piece of plywood.
It's one of the jack stands.
Oh, it's a jack stand. That's our jack stand support. Perfect.
That's our dining room table.
That's
Our
a
dining room table.
Cherezian racing table right there.